Okay. Okay. I get it. I hear you guys. I get it. I hear you guys. I understand now. The biggest problem that we have here in Black Desert, I've collectively played now. I've collectively played now for about 300 hours. Okay? Played now for about 300 hours because I re-rolled a Corsair. And so this is my second seasonal character now. And I was able to already get her to 60 in like 3 days or something like this by myself. Blah, blah, blah. Hey, I get it now. The player base is torn and split in two. Whether that is because that is they're a minority being the PvP or whatever, if it's a small population, what have you, but it is torn. Yes, it is torn. Now, what does this mean? What does this actually mean, right? The people that enjoy the open world PvP are different from those that enjoy the balanced or the capped PvP. And it's clear. Some people partake and in the normal PvP, or um, what we have to play as our options of choice. But at the end of the day, the player base is very split in two, and that's what I'm getting here. That's what I'm getting here now. Some folks really miss that edge of running away and risking it all and stuff like this, and also being stomping on the new players as well. I did partake in this in Terra when I played in Terra Online as well. On both sides, being stomped at first and then doing the stomping myself later when I had the gear to do so. But I feel like it's just like full circle, right? We went over this before, and maybe Diablo 2 was a bad comparison, but I mean, hey guys, I'm just trying to say that the core of the game that was presented to us, or to you guys, originally, BDO, it was changed. The core mechanics of it was changed, and is a little bit unfair. Very unfair, to be honest. I'd be very upset if that happened to me in any other game, really. Yes, there's changes for characters, and maybe something's OP, you change the skill. But those are normal. When you change the core and things like this, where the karma is stacking and they don't want to, folks don't want to do that anymore, it's pretty crazy, you know? It's just wild. And so I really do feel for the community, and I feel bad that they have to go through such type of turmoil. It really is. It's hard to also balance though as well, being a sandbox MMO and also having to be the sandbox developer at the same time. It's kind of crazy. I think making everybody happy is probably impossible. It probably always will be impossible for every single game that ever is invented. But PA tries to do their best to please as many people as they can. I feel like there's too many changes. There's been a lot of changes already, and I've only been with this game barely for a month, and basically solely only playing BDO only. So it's very noticeable that they care a lot about what the community has to say and what changes they want to happen. Now, I wasn't there for how many people were, basically crying for the changes to happen. But I feel like it is very unfair to just everybody in general. I mean, if we're looking at the broader scale of things, right? And you have multi-million people playing at once at any given time, any game, even if it's lesser than that, we'll say hundreds of thousands of people playing. And they were all presented with, let's say a three-course meal, and then somewhere down the line, as people were starting to come in, the meals started changing. It would feel unfair to both, whether the meals were bad or not. As even if they were lesser or changed slightly, the core of them are changed. So, and the talk of it would happen immediately. People online would look at the other person and say, "Hey, man, how'd you get that?" It's the first time it changed. You would see, 20 people. Hey, they're all having a good time for years at a time. All of a sudden, the meals started changing. Well, hey, we're all here to have a good time, and I hope you're all out there having some type of good time with video. I know I am. I'm new, so I'm gonna have a good time regardless. I'm enjoying my Corsair. I'm, really liking the animations on all the classes. Really, I like fighting against other people, even if I'm getting one shot right now. Maybe there's some changes that things will go differently in the future with these evasion and DR changes. And the future of video, who knows what's gonna happen? Maybe more players will return with the changes that are happening. Maybe they'll add something that's just so interesting. Maybe these changes are great, but as far as the community being split in two, I think that's always just going to be a thing. We all have different opinions. We all have different takes and variables, what interests and piques our interest in video games. And I think that respectfully, PA does a good job just trying to listen and get things together for the correct and appropriate changes. So, hey, if you're still there at the end of this, appreciate your time. You have a good one.